And welcome everyone to another episode of the Koto's Mojo. And as always, I'm your host, Patrick Koto. We have a lot to talk about today. We got Ian with us on the show. Ian, how are you doing, buddy?
I am doing pretty good, man. We are coming up to the Super Bowl, and we're gonna have one hell of a game coming up here.
We are going to have one hell of a game coming up here, even though it's two teams that have us going, really? Out of all teams, it's got to be these teams.
Yeah, well, I like it for Saquon Barkley because it's his first year after being traded from New York, and he's showing them that he was not a problem.
Exactly. Yes, I am happy for Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, and AJ Brown that they get opportunities like this. Only problem is that they play for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, that is the big issue.
Yeah, it's the NFL's worst fan base going up against the team that had just had luck on their side all season long. Those pitiful Kansas
And the
City Chiefs.
referees on your side, so well, we'll see how they see how they play because I mean they've held it together so far. So can they go for a
Yes,
three-peat?
we'll see. We'll see. The Eagles might have something to say about that.
Yeah,
But yeah, both teams are coming off their respective championship game wins. The Eagles, pretty impressive performance offensively. Saquon Barkley with a long 60 plus yard touchdown run. Who would have saw that coming?
I saw it coming because this guy is just amazing, and they were going to be an unstoppable force.
Exactly, and the way they came out too. 55 points over Washington.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, Saquon Barkley with 15 carries, 118 yards, but three touchdowns.
Yeah, very impressive.
Defense also came to play too, forcing some big turnovers because Washington, I mean, they were in it. Their closest was at 14 to 12, and then came a turnover, and then the Eagles got another touchdown with under 2 minutes before the half, and then the Eagles get
All right.
a turnover. Excuse me. The Eagles get a turnover on special teams
Yeah.
and they score another touchdown.
So I think it's going to be one hell of a game. I think both teams are going to put up a crazy fight.
I hope so as well. It's, the Eagles love their offense, and the Chiefs, well, they haven't put up 30 that much this year. I think this is the first time the Chiefs have put up 30 points all season long, which does not surprise me whatsoever.
Yeah, just because they've just been so mediocre, but I don't know. It's now they're going to be in the
It's a
NFL.
big test too. And the Chiefs did put up 30 points one time, but they needed overtime this year when they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 30 to 24.
Right.
But yeah, what a season it's been though, Ian. It's been a fun-filled season of football.
Yeah, it has been very, very fun, and it's crazy that it's already coming to an end here.
Damn it! I wanted the Bills and the Commanders, and I bet you did too.
Yeah, that would have been really awesome to see that, but yeah, it just seems like the Bills just cannot beat the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. It's tough.
Well, if the Bills, well, the Bills are just have awful luck. They've lost four straight Super Bowls, and three out of their four recent playoff losses came to the Kansas City. No, four out of five. The Chiefs.
Yeah,
2020 lost to the Chiefs the AFC title game. 21 lost in that shootout in the divisional round. Last year they lost by three at home. Buffalo did, and
yeah,
then the Bills couldn't get it done against the Chiefs. Sure, there were some interesting calls, but the Bills just couldn't get it going.
yeah, yeah. It's just such a shame because Josh Allen, he deserves a ring, but I think this is just going to make him a lot more hungry. I mean, look at LeBron James for a long time. He was going for a long time in his career until he got that first ring. It was a while.
Right.
Um,
Peyton
so
Manning, it took him some time to get a ring.
yeah, so it's gonna take some greats. to get that first ring. But I think once he does, I think that Bills team is going to be a force to be reckoned with and Josh Allen too.
Exactly. And Josh Allen, he's with them until 2028. So,
Yeah, so they're I don't know what they got to do, man, but they got to figure a way to beat the Chiefs.
and I think they will. Well, a lot of teams, Ian. The Bills aren't the
Yeah,
only team in the NFL that are finding ways to beat the Chiefs.
yeah, and that's what Philly is trying to figure out right now,
Help us, Saquon Barkley. You're our only hope.
right?
Well, anyway, Ian, the NFL season always ends with big awards. We got our offensive player of the year, defensive player of the year, our rookies on offense and defense, our comeback player of the year, and our MVP. There's a lot of good categories out there for those.
Oh yeah, dude, definitely.
I feel like for offensive player of the year, come on, you got to go with Jamar Chase. What a year he had.
Yeah, I would go with Jamar Chase for sure. For I don't know, man. I feel like it would either be Jamar Chase or Saquon for offensive player of the year.
There's that too. There's that too. Saquon. I mean, if Saquon Barkley doesn't win MVP, I well, it's that's out of the category now because he didn't have the chance to break the all-time rushing record. But Saquon Barkley finished the year with 2,005 rushing yards.
Yeah. I honestly think MVP is going to be between Saquon and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I would have to agree. And
Be-
Josh Allen could be a category as well. One of those three.
yeah, but Lamar, you compare Lamar and Josh Allen's stats together, Lamar, his numbers are just so much better. Um,
Right.
so I would give it to Lamar over Josh Allen, and that's me coming from a guy who really likes Josh Allen, but I think Lamar definitely deserves it. It's either Lamar or Saquon because Saquon was just a beast.
Well, and you wish Lamar had some help in the playoffs, like he said after loss to the Bills. Hold on to the fucking ball, Mark
Yeah,
Andrews.
yeah, right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I will have to agree. I mean, those are three good candidates: Allen, Lamar Jackson, of course, Saquon Barkley to win MVP. But if Barkley doesn't win MVP, him or Jamar Chase are like your offensive player of the year.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because Jamar Chase, I mean, 1,708 receiving yards. That's impressive this year.
Hmm.
And the top five NFL receivers have also passed at least over 1,200 receiving yards.
Yeah, it's good to see.
Yep, and even the top five for rushing, all are also over 1,000 yards rushing. So things we love to see, Ian, and a lot of offenses here, no defense in some categories.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yep, and for us Bears fans, I mean, sure we only won 5 games this year, but the moves we're making right now this offseason,
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it works out.
exactly. We got to remember that we are Chicago sports fans, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yes, and our defensive player of the year on the defensive side, I mean, people can easily look at Trey Henderson, who was the sack leader this year with 17 and a half sacks, but don't sleep on Miles Garrett.
Definitely give it to Miles Garrett. And speaking of which, he just requested for a trade too.
He did request for a trade. So
Adam Schefter said the Bears would be the best fit for him, and I totally agree.
we're just going to have to make wise decisions when it comes to, what we're giving up.
Right. I don't. We'll
And
see. We could
may,
easily steal him and just give him some draft picks or something.
I'd love to have Miles Garrett in Chicago. You talk about the defensive team, Ian. I think this would be perfect for Garrett.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. I think anyone like him would be great for our team.
Yep, and he still has plenty left in the tank too. I mean, this was only his at least eighth season with the NFL. He's been in the league since 2017, and Miles Garrett, he's a mountain of a man.
Oh yeah, he's huge.
Yep. So, yeah, I think Miles Garrett is a respectable category for Defensive Player of the Year. For
Totally
our
agree.
Yep, for our rookies on the offensive defensive side, I mean, oh man, there were a lot of good offensive rookies this year.
Yeah. Um, dude, I feel like Jaden Daniels, man, gotta give it to him.
I have to agree with you on that one. Jaden Daniels, I mean, he proves that he belongs in Washington. He fit the system really well. 16th in the league in passing. He passed for 3,568 yards with 25 touchdowns.
Yeah, no, he was great this year, and he brought his team to the NFC Championship game too. First time since 1991 for Washington, so
Yep.
I would definitely give it to him for sure.
And he turned out a Washington franchise that just gone through hell, like serious hell.
Yeah, Dan Snyder, hell.
Yes. Yeah, they were terrible last year. And then you bring in Dan Quinn, Jaden Daniels, and some other key factors. And oh man, Jaden Daniels is just putting Washington back on the map. I love to see it.
Oh yeah, that's good to see Washington come back and be a strong team and show that they're going to be here for a while.
Exactly. Just, knock on wood, he doesn't get hurt like RG3 did.
Yeah, because we know FedEx Field is disastrous.
Yeah, FedEx Field hates RG3. FedEx Field hates
Alex
um,
Smith,
and Joe Theismann.
yeah.
And defensive rookie of the year, I feel like Cooper DeJean joins the honors for the Eagles. He had himself a
Y-
hell of a year.
yeah, I gotta agree with you there. He's probably the most standout defensive rookie.
Yep. And then for comeback player of the year, I think Sam Darnold, man.
Dude, that's
What
what
a
I was
year.
thinking. Yeah, dude, he went through hell his first couple years in the NFL, and now he's with Minnesota. He brought them to the playoffs. They had a fantastic season, and it's just crazy to see that, like, if you bring a quarterback to a good team, he can actually show you what he can do.
Thing is, for Sam Darnold, we got to hope that they bring him back.
Yeah, who knows?
That's the thing, because I believe the contract was only 1 year for 2024.
I mean, why
And yeah,
wouldn't you bring him back? I mean, the dude was amazing for them this year.
exactly. Like he felt comfortable with the system. A lot of people were doubting him. Even I was doubting him.
Oh yeah, when I saw that he was going to Minnesota, I was like, sweet, we'll be able to beat them both times.
Sadly, that was not the case.
Yeah, but dude is incredible. So yes,
Exactly.
he is my comeback player of the year.
Yeah, 35 touchdowns on 400, 319 passing yards, and yeah, he just did a good job threading the needle all season long. I also thought too, Ian, that he was going to have a midseason slump. Nope, he kept doing his thing.
Yeah. Um, I would even give it to Bryce Young. I mean, how terrible him and the Panthers looked last year,
I
and this
agree.
year they showed a ray of hope. I would also put Bryce Young down as a candidate.
Well,
Um,
and the thing about Bryce Young too is that he got benched during the season. We thought he was fucked.
no, yeah, for real. Then we had Red Rocket come in for him. But no, Bryce Young, he looked great when he came back. I'm really happy for him and Carolina. They needed a little bit of ray of hope because it was looking like it was over, that they were, I don't know, man. A lot of people just wanted them out of Charlotte just for the way they were running this
Right.
team. So, yeah, definitely Bryce Young.
Exactly. And I feel like the Panthers benching Bryce Young motivated him to actually
Oh,
do
yeah.
so. He's really saying to himself, all right, my career's on the line. I can't fuck this up.
Hey, man, it works for a lot of players if you bench them, or in baseball if you send them back down to AAA. I mean, look, that happened to Ian Happ.
Yep.
He was doing pretty bad, and he came back and he was one of the best standout Cubs on the team. So yeah, when that happens, it'll give you some character.
And I had some hopes for high hopes for Bryson as well when he got drafted out of Alabama because he played impressively. It just sucks that, one, he's playing for the Panthers. Two, the
Hmm.
front office is just terrible. And three, let's be real, he had no help his first year.
No, none whatsoever. But yeah, it seems like they're kind of on the same level right now with Bryce Young and the team and all that. So it's definitely good to see.
Yeah, I feel
Um,
like the Panthers are going in the right direction right now.
yeah, and even I don't know, Russell Wilson looked so much better than last year. I think when he was with the Broncos, that shit just did not work out whatsoever.
Well, it was a QB carousel in Pittsburgh with him and Justin Fields.
Yeah. Um, Also, actually, an offensive rookie of the year. Could give it to Bo Nix as well, too. He looked
Yes,
incredible with
yes.
Denver.
There's a lot of good categories for, you know, offensive rookie of the year. And, you know, there's some good non quarterbacks too. I mean, Brock Bowers for the Raiders, Malik
Right.
Neighbors for the Giants.
Yeah. Um, I was watching the Pro Bowl yesterday. Our boy Jalen Johnson was out there representing Chicago. He had his shirt on backwards, so he had his last name just right here. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, and there's another Philadelphia Eagles player that could be a good candidate for defensive rookie of the year, Quinyon Mitchell. For the Eagles, they had some strong defense this year.
Oh yeah, they definitely did.
Yep. Yeah, Sam Darnold, J.K. Dobbins. That's a name to watch out for after that awful ACL tear he had last season.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, yeah, and Joe Burrow.
Yeah. Never count out Joey B.
Yeah, he just needs help because if the Bengals had a decent defense this year,
Dude, it's just crazy that like Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase were like leading in like offensive stats, and Miles Garrett had like the most sacks on the team, but the Bengals were just
you
complete
mean Trey Hendrickson?
yeah, Trey Hendrickson. Sorry about that.
That's all
Um,
good.
but yeah, it's crazy they're leading so many offensive and defensive stats, but the rest of the team was just complete and utter garbage.
It just shows that those three can't do it all.
Exactly.
Yeah, the Bengals need to turn it around, but I feel like they will, and I hope they do too because I love Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm. I do too. He deserves a
Yeah,
ring.
exactly. Well, Ian, it's been a good NFL season. It's going to wrap up with a good Super Bowl. Who are you picking to win?
Um, that's tough
Very tough.
because I think both teams are going to come in swinging. We know KC's defense is second to none, especially with George Karlaftis, spoiler made right there. That
Yes, sir.
guy. So honestly, I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I'm gonna go with the
Oh.
Eagles. Jalen Hurts is just one of a kind quarterback. This guy can throw, he can run. He's part running back too.
I
Um, and
was going to say,
then you get Saquon out there, dude. You're gonna get a tush push for a touchdown in
push,
this
push,
game.
push, push.
But I think it's gonna be very close. I could even see this going into overtime.
Exactly. Well, you just got to hope that Eagles play smartly against the Chiefs in crunch time because the Chiefs love to play a card of tricks in crunch time.
Oh, yes, they do.
That's why I got so mad that the 49ers decided to kick a field goal, not go for the touchdown last year against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I'm like, go for the fucking touchdown.
Yeah, because the Chiefs are gonna do something crazy to get ahead, and that's what they did. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a very crazy game.
Yes.
But honestly, I would be happy if the Chiefs won just for my boy George Karlaftis, but I'll also be happy for the Eagles to win just because if Saquon wins the Super Bowl, then it's just a big FU to the Giants.
Yes, please, please, please. Yeah, that guy went through hell in New York.
Yeah, he did, dude.
But yes, I will agree with you on that, Ian. I will also take the Philadelphia Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there has to be a winner of this game. So
Yeah, for this game specifically, it's two teams that we really don't like, but
yeah, it's mostly just the fan bases, really, for me.
right.
Because we know Philly fans are just
Yeah.
animals.
Well, and then Patrick Mahomes has kind of turned into the NFL's golden boy a little bit lately.
He has. He's turned into the Chase Elliott of the NFL. By the way, congrats on the Clash win last night for your boy Chase Elliott. Good way to kick off the season now. Man, how funny would that be? He wins the Clash, but he doesn't win any regular season races.
I mean, as long as he stays consistent all season
Yeah,
long, that's the thing. As long as he stay consistent, because that's the nature of NASCAR. Just gotta stay consistent. I mean,
yeah.
it's not
And
all about the wins.
he was the most consistent driver last season.
He was just that didn't perform when he needed. Just didn't perform at best when needed to.
That's the NASCAR playoffs for you.
Yep. Well, also without fucked up the format is.
Yep. Hey,
Exactly.
your boy benefited from 2020.
He did. He did. He did.
We know whose championship that should have been that year.
Yes, 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 yes. I'm looking at him right now.
Kevin Harvick
Yeah. Well, he also should have won an 18 as well.
should have won a lot, but
Yeah. And then
it's
last year,
it's the way the beast rolls, man.
yep. But they were, and then Larson should have won last year, but nope. Some of those championships were stolen by a guy in that ugly ass 22 car.
That's the way he likes to roll, man.
Unfortunately. And you can literally compare, the Chiefs to Joey Logano.
Dude, no kidding.
Because if the Chiefs do win, this is kind of like the most undeservable Super Bowl for the Chiefs. Because, again, looking at some of their games, I mean, they're, a block kick away from a loss. They're a tippy toe away from another loss. They're a pass interference away from another loss. They are a doink away from whatever loss.
Right. Um, so this could definitely be a rude awakening for Kansas City here.
I hope so. I hope so. But we shall see. Yeah, it's going to be a fun game. We're going to be watching it together. We're going to be munching on some good food, which leads us to our big three. Our big three, Ian, is our big three Super Bowl foods. And we have a lot on the menu. Ian, what do you have on your menu?
Obviously, gotta go with wings, chips and
Yes.
dip, and a good old fashioned pizza.
A lot of good ones, Ian. I like that. I like that. Well, yeah, wings, chips and dip, pizza, definitely the good old combos. From my big three, you can't go wrong with brats.
Brats are
I feel like that's one people sleep on. I love brats, so I'll take some.
oh yeah,
My second one, burgers, of course.
absolutely, man.
And then my last one, chili dogs.
Hey, we know you, Pat. We know you love those chili dogs.
Hell, you can even put tacos as an honorable mention.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
Typically the one
Honestly, any food is good to have at a Super Bowl party.
exactly, especially when I'm around.
Absolutely. Then you got to make extra.
Exactly. Yes, people. I love my food, and if there's food, it's gonna get eaten. Sometimes I'll have to break some extra just to make sure we have enough.
Yeah. Right.
Yep. Now, Ian, let's wrap up with the good. Let's wrap up with our fantastic and bonehead play of the week. Ian, what do you got for us?
Well, my fantastic play of the week is just plain and simple. NASCAR's back on track to kick off the 2025 season.
I
So
was
that's
very
what
impressed. I was very impressed with the racing at Bowman Gray.
I thought it was going to be the worst racing we'll ever see. Because from what we have seen come out of Bowman Gray in the past, it's a dirty little track. But It was fairly clean. It wasn't an entire wreck fest. Yeah, we still had some
Nope.
crazy wrecks, but you know what? It was awesome, and I hope they go back. I hope that the rumors aren't true and they go to Brazil next year, because that would be so stupid. So NASCAR can't have two practices in one weekend, but we're gonna make all these teams spend all this money and fly out to Brazil. That makes
Yeah, and
no sense. There's literally, I don't believe anything about cost cutting with NASCAR teams anymore, because it's complete and utter bullshit.
it really is. And how are you gonna get the how you gonna get the manufacturers out there? Are you really gonna fly them out there?
Well, I mean, they did that when NASCAR went to Japan for an exhibition race in the late 90s. So, I mean, it's possible, but why would we change the Clash right now? We just went to Bowman Gray, and it was
Exactly.
awesome. We left a very dull LA Coliseum track. I didn't like
Right.
that. This was so much better, and it would just suck to see it go.
Yeah, and I was very impressed too with the racing, the crowd. I mean, that was awesome to see.
Yeah, it was very lively. But my bonehead play of the week is NASCAR's decision on maybe going to Brazil.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, stupid.
Come on, are you trying to piss us fans off already?
That's what they do best.
The Daytona 500 isn't even here yet, and we're already getting some bullshit news.
Right?
Let's go on to my fantastic and bonehead play of the week. My fantastic play of the week. We're going to start with an honorable mention. Chase Elliott, of course, winning the Clash. It's preseason, so that's why I'm just putting it as an honorable mention. Hopefully, he can get a couple more wins and take this into the 500. But we'll see what happens. Obviously, the 500 it's anybody's race. Super speedway, a lot of shit goes down.
Yeah. One good thing though, Pat, when Bill Elliott won the Clash back in the day, Chase Elliott won the Daytona 500. So who knows? We've seen that Elliott magic work that way before.
Let's go. Wait, you mean Bill won the Daytona 500 the same year?
Yes, he did.
Okay, so you said Chase.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Bill Elliott.
Yep. But yeah, that'd be cool to see. He just has to avoid the big ones like all the other drivers do. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And then my bonehead play of the week. Oh, it was a circus in the NBA this weekend. The Mavericks and the Bulls just suffering through pain trades. The Mavericks trading away Luka Doncic to get an OK Anthony Davis.
That makes no sense.
Makes
Anthony
no sense
Davis
either.
is so old in the NBA. It makes no. And Luka, what?
I know, right?
He's the
Luka
best player in the NBA.
I thought Luka would for sure be a Maverick for life. I saw that, and I'm like, and it came out like so late Saturday night, and Luka didn't even get a warning.
Yeah. What wasn't it like mid-game or something?
Yeah, it was like during the game, and I get a text from one of my coworkers that said Anthony Davis. I'm like, what's up with him? And I'm like, wait, what? What?
Yeah, that makes no sense whatsoever. So, I mean, Lakers, ooh, they're gonna be unstoppable now.
Yeah, now LeBron's like, oh, I got Luka, let's go.
Right. That's how we're gonna keep supplying LeBron championships, is we just keep bringing him amazing players.
Well, that's if he's able to win some championships, because there's been years where he thinks we got this. Nope.
We've seen the Lakers super squad for the past few years, and we thought they were going to be great, but it turns out they don't know how to play with each other. They're all freaking ball hogs.
Exactly, especially when they had Russell Westbrook too. It completely went to shit.
Yeah, I miss Russ on OKC.
I
Those
miss
were
the
the good days.
I miss the good Russ, because right now it's just turning into,
Russ and KD on that OKC team was amazing.
yes, it was. And yeah, Bulls do the same shit. They trade Zach LaVine for basically a bag of chips, getting okay players and no first round draft picks. Yay!
Yeah.
Congratulations, Bulls. Keep doing your thing.
I mean, Bulls fans have been kind of wanting to trade Zach LaVine for a while, just because he hasn't been as great as we thought he was going to be. But the fact that we got absolute jack shit out of that trade sucks. Because, like,
And
I don't mind him gone.
But that's the problem. We didn't get
Yeah.
anything good in return.
Yeah, I think the only good thing some cap space.
Right, but of course, another rebuild incoming. We've been rebuilding since Derek Rose tore his ACL.
Oh man, it's just a circus here in Chicago, isn't it, Pat?
Yep, and whether you're a fan of the Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, White Sox, Cubs,
It's all shit.
it's all shit that we might let Connor Bedard out of here.
Yeah, dude, at the end of this season, Connor Bedard's going to be like, man, you guys fucking suck. I'm going to go play in Detroit with Patrick Kane and Alex DeBrincat.
Oh, if he goes to Detroit, oh.
I will burn my jersey immediately.
He will too. And then when the Blackhawks play the Red Wings, it'll be the Connor Bedard revenge game.
Yeah, just like Patrick Kane's revenge game when he got the OT goal on us.
That was so bad.
I mean, honestly, it was pretty fitting. When I was watching that game live on TV and he scored, I was like, you know what? That's cool.
Yep. But it also sucks too that we don't get the Chicago Sports Network.
Yeah, I don't anymore because my freaking antenna doesn't work anymore. I can't find the channel, so I gave up on trying to watch Blackhawks games this year.
Right. Yeah, keep doing your thing, Chicago Sports. Keep doing your thing.
Yeah, that'll be our bonehead play of the month. Is
Hell,
or the year, honestly, is just Chicago Sports Network.
oh yeah, it's just been a joke, dude. Like,
It's like, yeah, ratings are down for Bulls and Hawks games. Gee, I wonder why.
exactly. Oh yeah, I can't get it on my Hulu.
Yeah, you can only watch it on like DirecTV or Fubo. So stupid. Just put it everywhere. I don't know why we have to have these little pissing wars.
Exactly. Like, we want to watch these teams, but we can't. And you wonder why your ratings are down. And maybe, and next thing you know, it'll be too late, and boom, you're out of business.
Yep. And that's the way the cookie might crumble, and I hope it does.
Yeah, exactly. Get their shit together, please.
I want to see Chicago Sports Network just burn to the ground.
Yeah, I agree. And that wraps up the show. Ian, another good episode of the Kodos Mojo. Happy Super Bowl week, buddy.
Yeah, happy Super Bowl week. It's going to be great. Hope we have some great commercials. I know we're going to have that live commercial field goal kick with the Peyton brothers.
Yes.
So that should be
Mannings,
interesting.
Oh,
Yeah. Or with the Manning brothers, yeah. So yeah, that should be fun.
I'm excited for it as well, Ian. Well, thank you everyone for tuning into this episode of the Kodos Mojo. We will see you next time.